Less than a minute. Less than a minute.
Seconds.
That's gonna work great, man. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's a go.
Bam. Look at that.
Interfleet Broadcasting, everybody. I'm New York Pete. I'm here with the Tipsy Toaster, and we're live. We got a lot of things to share with you. We're doing great, Chris, and I'm happy that the fans have spoken.
The
And
fans
this
have
is gonna
spoken.
be-
You
fans have
frackers
spoken.
have spoken.
That's right. We have Tiny Beans coming. We have Jimmy Shirts. That's one of our actors in The Stranded Warrior. We're going to do an interview with him later in the show, and we're going to show you all kinds of little tidbits of what's going on, and we're
Behind the
really happy to have
scenes.
you behind the scenes stuff. So thank you for tuning in, everyone. Welcome to Interfleet Broadcasting, and you guys know that although Tipsy Toaster runs all the technical stuff, I try to stay up with
The chat.
the actual Tipsy Toaster.
Oh, oh,
Hear
oh,
that?
oh.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's.
sorry.
I'm trying to. Yeah. I am doing.
You're a
that's
little.
right.
You're a little. That's a couple of second delay there.
There is a delay. However,
5, 4,
I am
3, 2,
trying-
1.
I try to keep up with the chats as best I can, guys. So Paul's with us. Colin is with us. Carl, thank you for joining us. Tara, of course, thanks for joining us live. Don't hesitate to
Fact
put up a
checker
quick
Robert
little
Bones
chat.
here.
Oh, outstanding. He does
Baz.
mine too. Yes. Love it, guys.
There's
Fantastic.
a fracker
Thanks
from
for
down
joining.
under.
Oh, Bez, thanks for joining us. Good day to you.
George
We have a lot
D.
of things. George in the house. Outstanding. Charlene. It's
All right.
great to see you on the show, Charlene. Thank you for coming. We we love having all of you on board, and we have a lot of good news to share with you. So before we go too far, let's just welcome to Interfleet Broadcasting, pop entertainment news broadcast that we put together here on our little part of the universe, and we welcome everybody. Chris and I grew up watching 70s and 80s TV, movies, cartoons, and we are big fans of sci-fi, and especially one special show is in our hearts and soul, and that's, of course, Battlestar Galactica, the franchise itself, especially though keying in on the 1978 classic. And that's what actually has brought us all together to have this show, and it's brought all of you together, and it's driving us to put together a passion project called The Stranded Warrior. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Gotta remap that button. Okay.
All right. Oh, Fran says really severe weather here, might lose connection.
It's pretty bad here as well. So
Fran, thank you.
Hopefully
Fran,
won't
thank
lose
you so
connection.
much for the support, and thank you for our beers tonight. We're gonna our tradition here on Interfleet Broadcasting is the fact that we are going to toast to all of the fans that are out there for supporting sci-fi, the genres, us, everything in general. We love the fans. Fans fuel the fleet. So,
all right, Pete, you want to show and I'll talk.
Yes, and this is courtesy of Superfan Fran.
All right, this is brewed and canned at Basic City Brewing Company, Waynesboro, Virginia. Another one close by to me, 1010 East Main Street, if you ever happen to go that way. This is a Mexican mole, M-O-L-E, mole stout?
Mole stout, yeah.
Mole stout. This is a really pretty picture, by the way. I really like the picture on that. This is government warning. Yep, got the same old government warning, and that's about all it says on it. It doesn't tell anything about what it tastes like. But, Pete, you'll be happy to know it's a 16-ounce can with 9% alcohol.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Basic City Brewing Company. So thank you, Basic City Brewing Company, for making this beer, and thank you, Superfan Fran, for buying this beer.
Yes. And Lola, thank you for tuning in, of course. And let's open her up. Let's do it. Ready?
Oops. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Ready? Uno. It's Mexican, so uno, dos, tres.
Mediocre modeler. Oh man. Oh my God. Here. Can you see that? That's
as dark as Cylon oil.
Yeah, look at that. It's
Yeah, baby.
Wow. Woo. Okay.
My favorites.
Ready? Let's do it.
I've got a Midtown Comics glass
Midtown
again.
Comics, New York City, baby.
Ready?
All right, go.
I'll just do it in front of the camera here.
Do it. Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh my God. It's like black. What the heck? What is that?
Cylon oil.
It's
Spanish
like
Cylon oil.
Oh my God. Woo.
That's dark. As dark as my soul.
Recovering from surgery, Fran. Please get better soon.
Yeah, we were worried about you.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're doing okay and that you're out and about or soon to be. It's great. Let's see, and of course, Mediocre Modeler and Paul and everybody else that's on here with us.
Mediocre Modeler and I today were scheming.
Of course you were. Of course, why not? Why wouldn't you be scheming?
I can't talk about the cool stuff that Mediocre does sometimes.
Nope, not allowed. Not allowed.
We were talking. We did talk a lot about some of the audiobooks that we've been looking at. So.
Oh, very good. All right. Well.
Anyways, you ready? This is for all the fans. If it wasn't for the fans, the fandoms would not exist. So we always want to appreciate the fans for doing what they do. They write stuff. They follow people, they watch the movies, they watch the TV shows, and in our case, they make a movie.
That's right.
And with your help, I still am floored. Thank you for those who have shared the information. Thank you for those who have donated. We're going to make you proud. We're going to do our best, and hopefully some of you will join us up in New York. So we'll talk about that a little bit later.
We really hope so.
So anyways, as I always say, what do we say, Pete?
Fans fuel the fleet, guys. Thank you very, very much. And here's to all of you.
Here's to you.
Wow. That's very good.
That's really good.
Wow.
That's smooth. That could be dangerous. I could down like 2 or 3 of these and not know it until I tried to stand up.
That has a really good taste, man. Wow. Matt Ferd, thank you for joining us.
Hey, Matt. How's it going?
Wow. This is a good one, man.
A really good one.
This is, I'm impressed.
For a stout, you don't even like stouts.
This is really good.
That says something right there.
I'm
Pete
telling
doesn't
you,
even like
really,
stouts,
really
and he likes the Mexican mole stout from...
It's very good. Very, very good.
Basic Brewing. I got to find a 6-pack of that one. I just buy them in singles because it saves money. I go to a special beer store in Roanoke, so my daughter takes me there.
By the hand?
She's the one that controls me when I get in there.
Yeah, there you go.
Huge freezer refrigerator full of different ones from all over the place, and I'm like, oh, I need one of these, and 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 it gets
George, this is good. very good. You would love this. Trust me.
I'll have to find one for you, George. Before I go. I'm headed back this weekend, so let's see if I can go over there and find some.
So, guys, before Tiny Bean comes on and gives us her update, I personally want to make sure that we recognize your support up front. The fans have spoken. BSG, Battlestar Galactica, is alive and well. And with your support, we're going to make this project, The Stranded Warrior, the best that we can. We are going to submit our project to as many film festivals as we can. And that's part of our budget, is to make sure that in the post-production that we are able to do that. As a matter of fact, at AwesomeCon, I think we've mentioned this before, we have been given a table. We're going to be pushing and advertising the Stranded Warrior. We're going to have clips there. If we're lucky enough, we may end up having some of the stars to come with us, right, and do some autographing and the like. And it's going to be great, guys. As a matter of fact, we have a new taker for the helmet.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna reach over and grab it. Yep.
Not that I'm glad someone did, but I really
Doug Henry.
Yep.
This is going to be yours at the end of the filming. This will be yours. And let me just put that one piece back that attaches inside. There we go. Yep, this is going to be
mediocre modeler special.
Oh yeah. So thank you very, very much, Doug. Welcome to the production. Welcome to The Stranded Warrior. And this will be yours. The helmet will be autographed inside by those of us, the star and the producers, the director, AD, director of photography, and everybody, the cinematographers. They'll be signing the inside of the helmet. Mediocre Modeler already signed it as well. And that'll be packed up and shipped out to you once all the filming is done. And,
still no takers on the Cylon knife, by the way. Anybody? Yeah, the Cylon knife is still up for grabs.
It is.
It will have some blood on it when you get it, though. I'm sure
it will.
It'll be in the crevices somewhere.
That's right. Susan, thank you for joining us. Karen, thank you for joining us. And we appreciate all of you guys tuning in. We're very, very happy. Fran, Superfan Fran, thank you not only for our drinks tonight, but also for supporting The Stranded Warrior. Kim Harms, another big, big supporter. Thank you very, very much. And of course, Brigitte, thank you also. Thank you very much, guys, for going above and beyond. We really, really appreciate your support. And so that means that the Indiegogo we've been classified as a in demand.
It's in demand. So, so what that means is Indiegogo gives you a certain amount of days to raise the initial amount. We actually met that, and it was towards the last end of the days that we made it. But once again, they check that stuff. So they check to see if I'm trying to donate to it to keep it going, they won't let me. They can't. I can't donate to my own thing. So they actually check it, and actually they'll hold some things to keep you to go in and check it. So if they'll hold a specific amount of money or whatever else it may be for a specific person that they think may be, it's too close to the end, and you put something in or whatever else. So our $3,000 donor dropped it on April 1st, which was already past the date, but still it was so close. They put a hold on it. They said, this is, too convenient, until he had to write back to them and say, yes, that's me. No, I don't know them. We're friends or whatever else. And that kind of thing. They really do check on it. So it was impressive that we made it. I was really scared there for a little bit. I was like, we keep pushing it out, whatever else, but we'll take what we get and we'll make with what, do what we can with it. And we finally met it. So what that means is we go from, if we didn't meet it, it would have stopped, and then, you can't donate anymore. What it means now is we go to in demand. So in demand means that you're still capable of donating to the project. We still have a number of goals that we're trying to reach inside the project. You know, part 2, a couple other things that are in there. So that's still available. So if you do want to donate, still you still have an opportunity. That's not off the table anymore. So if you're waiting for your tax return check and maybe you got $10,000 from your tax return check and you had nothing to do with that $10,000 besides give it to us, then sure, we have the ability.
And then give
okay.
some of us. Yeah.
But anyways, we really appreciate if it, you know, every little bit helps. Every $20 helps. So buys a piece of pizza for the guys. You know, buys a pizza for the people in the production, or you know, makeup for the makeup stuff that we have to do. I buy a gallon of blood the other day, which is weird. I also I never thought I'd ever have to do this part, but I actually bought a brassiere for our one of our actors. And it's not my wife, so it was just kind of weird that I went and bought a typing up, hey, just by the way, what size bra do you wear? Just kind of weird feeling when you start asking people these kind of questions, but that's all part of the costuming piece. You know, we wanted to get this, you know, specific things for the costuming. We wanted to make pressure suits or whatever we want to do, that those things we have to buy, we have to know their sizes and everything else. And then we've bought some weird things, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. So I'm not gonna spoil the movie, Pete. I'm see you over on the other side over there looking at me. Nobody else can see Pete looking at me, and I can see Pete looking at me, and he's like, so I'll put him back on screen there. So now he can do, and that's see him. But yeah, so it's great that you've trusted in us. It's great that the fandom is still alive, and I can't wait to get this out. I can't wait to get it edited. I can't wait to move it to all of these people that can see it and really spin up the fandom as much as the people that are watching our show is spun up. What do you got, Pete? Pick a patch, any patch.
Five of the costumes that we ordered, the Colonial Warrior costumes we had sent in from China. And so we took these off because we have our own patches that are going to go on. Of course,
patches,
you know, the medical
own
patch
buckles,
and buckles, and buckles. So we have, these are 5 that I have, and Chris has, I think, another like amount.
Yeah.
And this is, of course, this will be the patch that goes on for the fighter squadron.
What's on the back of that, Pete? Look at that!
Wow! Since you've asked, we got
that wasn't too planned. Sorry.
No, just a little. I want to zip this up and show you how this looks, guys.
I totally agree, Robert. If Marion Jensen would show up in a G suit, I don't know if I'd be able to handle it.
Thanks for bringing that up, Rob. By the way, this is the hoodie. All right, so we got our advanced order of the hoodies, and voila. The Stranded Warrior movie crew producer. And so that's, you know, looks really cool. Right? It looks like a helmet. We couldn't get our emblem on it.
Would not fit on the top, they said. So
that's okay. That's all right. But this is what this one looks like. It's really cool. It's got our patch. So the producers got these.
With the sword pointing down. That was a big thing the other day. Which way does it point again? I forgot. So I hand sewed, because I don't know how to use a machine, one of the patches on the set of the tans that I have, and I was like, I got halfway done and was like, oh no, Pete, which way does it go again? It goes sword down. I'm like, crap.
Sorry, buddy. Well,
there was 45 minutes wasted. Yeah.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, Eric, Professor Palen, thank you for joining us. Welcome. And is Tiny Bean in our?
I believe she is in her green room.
Her green room.
She literally has a green room.
Excellent. Well, then let us unleash the hounds.
Ready?
And bring her in.
Look at that. That's special or what?
Ta-da!
Wait, hang on. Let's do it a different way then. I've got this other one. Let's see if it works still. All
right, come on.
Do
Do it.
By your command.
Nice. There you go. Now, why don't you get her audio on and then?
Oh, that's all the fun part. We just got the audio. She's got her audio on.
Tara?
I see it moving, but it's not moving very far.
No, the audio is not moving far.
Nope, it's on. The OFF switch is in the ON position. She is in the OFF position.
Oh,
check your audio setup there.
Okay.
I saw it moving just a little bit, but not by much.
That's okay.
It's still going. Oh, that's still
almost.
I see it move when I talk, I think.
Oh,
check.
Uh-oh.
Nope, it's not me.
Okay. Nope.
When she talks, it moves, but just not move far enough. You need to adjust your audio upwards. Either that or maybe you have to restart. You know, the first thing, the troubleshooting is if you tried turning it on and back off again, or off and back on again.
Yeah. Sign back on, Tara.
Yep.
We'll buy you some time.
We'll buy you. We can tap dance.
Yeah.
You can dance if you want to.
Go and come back. Go and come back. Go and come back. And
as if you don't dance again.
We'll do some jazz hands. And, yeah. Okay.
Men without hats.
In the meantime.
Or men with hats.
Men without hats. Okay. So in the meantime, listen, guys, we are going to...
I love the way she signed off.
Nice.
That's awesome.
We mentioned this a while ago. This is
a piece of paper with Galactica written on it. Yes, we have talked about that before.
Written by Billy Brown and Dan Angel. This is the, it says, Network Second Draft, 10/22/2001. This is the DeSantis pilot. And we are going to review this, not today.
No, not today.
Since we have
it's
we have
on
Jimmy
the schedule because we've got so much stuff going on. Actually, Diana Durango is probably next Thursday.
Yes. So
I'm thinking. I got to make sure.
This is coming up, guys. So this is definitely going to be our next opening for discussion. We're going to be talking about the Battlestar Galactica series that never was, that almost was. So
and if you haven't had a chance to read it, then we're not gonna read it to you, but we'll review it and then you can read it.
Oh yeah,
it is available online quite a few places.
Yes,
so I'm not gonna break the copyright rules by telling you exactly where it's at, but you might want to check just anything like PDF of anything Battlestar Galactica, and it says
it's out there.
Battlestar Galactica PDF. Might search that and you might find something like that. But, it's out there. It's a good read. It would have been, in my opinion, and once we'll talk about it later on. In my opinion, it would have been the best bridge. Between old and new, instead of the reimagined series. No, don't get me wrong. Everybody's like, the reimagined series. Okay, look, it still says Battlestar Galactica. It still fuels the fandom, so I'm not going to poo-poo on it too much.
Nope.
But this would have been a really there's a lot of
good bridge.
There's a lot of good bridges, and there's a lot of information in. There's a lot of description in this singer that actually ended up in the reimagined series. So really interesting, and then a lot of stuff in the book. If you haven't had a chance, we actually read the book not too long ago. Actually, it was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Wow. Yeah, we've been on the air for almost 3.5 years now.
Yeah.
But
Eric,
we went through the book, and inside that book, there was a lot of things that didn't make it into the original Battlestar Galactica TV series that did make it into the reimagined series, which was like, really, you read the book, you're like, holy crap,
wow.
I read it when I was a kid, and we just reread it and did it on the air. I was like, holy crap, there's so much stuff in here that actually ended up in the original, the remake. So.
Yep. Professor Eric Padden says, would have represented vindication for the original series fan base if it had been made.
True.
Well said, sir, because I agree 100% based on all the pictures that have been leaked over the years and reading, the pilot. I think you are spot on, and it would have been such a great thing. It would have been glorious to have that in between, but unfortunately it didn't happen, but we'll talk about it.
Tara, talk for a second.
Let's see. Are we good?
No, she's still
No?
out of
Come
it.
on. Oh, no.
She's having a bad day
Cue
today.
up the jukebox from the saloon on
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey,
which
Al.
played
There you
the
go.
variation.
I know what
Yeah,
you just did.
all right.
Do it again.
Okay, we're
Hey,
good.
what's
Excellent.
going on? Oh, we're good.
Perfect.
Okay, we'll leave it. I will
Yeah,
not
yeah,
touch
I know what that
anything.
was, but
Don't touch anything. No touch.
you did
Yes.
something.
Whatever it is. All right, bring her up.
Hang on. Oh, you're
Oh,
just
okay.
impatient tonight, aren't
I
you?
sure am. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I push the buttons, mister. You
Oh.
just sit and look pretty. Well,
Excellent.
that's actually Tara's job is to look pretty. You just
Magic.
look ugly. Or
magic. It's all
look-
magic.
Yeah.
Magic
all
in
magic.
theater is
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Yes.
Oh man, where's my theme song?
Oh, it's time to be Tara. Hang on, wait, we got to do it. It's time to be Tara. She's on the show.
Oh my God.
That's
Oh
great.
my
We have to record love it. Amazing.
Oh boy.
I like Mediocre Modeler's version too. Is
Yeah.
awesome. We could have like a whole album of
Yeah.
Yes.
Tara songs.
The album, Tiny Bean Tara.
No,
Love it.
By
Love it.
Ronco, Tiny Bean Tara. People don't know what Ronco is, but I'm probably dating ourselves.
Well, of
Mhm.
course.
Ronco, the portable safe. Yeah.
Products from, we are products of the 70s and 80s. It just is what it is.
I bought one of the Ronco record cleaners, so I am that old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you stuck it inside the thing and it
nice.
rotated around. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had one of those.
Ah, very
So,
cool.
Tiny Bean, what do you got
Hey.
for us? What do you got going?
Oh, I got lots of fun stuff. You want me to jump right in? I will
Look
jump
at that.
right
He's just
in.
pushing you around. I mean,
Oh,
wow.
heck yeah.
Mean. That's that New York thing, I think, you know?
You're squirreling.
Yeah.
You're squirreling. You're squirreling.
No, I'm not squirreling.
dying
You're
to
just,
squirrel.
we're
You're
starting a
dying.
conversation with Tiny Bean, and you're like, hey, Tara, what do you got? Let's go.
No, we got time to talk about that afterwards. We're going to talk a lot
no
about
worries.
all kinds of stuff.
All right. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
By your command.
Excellent. Hello, IFB. Great to be back. Welcome to Tiny Bean's Corner, where we discuss some new and interesting stuff in entertainment that the fleet may enjoy. Spring is here, and we have lots to discuss, so let's get cracking. Starting with the Star Trek universe. So much going on these days. Strange New Worlds has revealed the new season will start on Paramount Plus on June 15th. And there will be a full 10 episodes, which is always good news. Very excited for this. Really enjoyed the first season. And get this, they are already at work filming season 3. So, yay. I am hearing a lot of good buzz about this new season and anxiously awaiting an introduction to a young James T. Kirk. So, let's see. And speaking of Kirk, and speaking of fan films, there is a documentary just hitting on the life of the one and only William Shatner. It's titled You Can Call Me Bill, and it's an intimate discussion with Bill on his 90-plus years of life. It's brought to us by Alexandra O'Felipe, a great documentarian who a few years back made one of my favorite docs, Memory, The Origins of Alien. But what makes this one so special is that this is a fan-funded film. Huh? And that was apparently the whole reason that Shatner agreed to do it. So that says a lot. It is not available streaming anywhere yet, but I will let you know when it is. It is already getting some really great reviews. I, for one, can't wait to hear what he has to say.
Do you know where it's
imagine
gonna
it will
stream?
be. I don't. They haven't even announced what platforms it's going to stream on yet.
Oh, okay.
So I am all over this because I can't wait to see it. So it's going to be fascinating. And just when you thought you couldn't get any more news on Captain Kirk, have you all caught up with Picard? Well,
Yes.
I am loving it. I think you know where I'm going with this, Pete. I won't give away any major plot spoilers. No me. But I will give away an Easter egg that could potentially change the canon in significant ways going forward. In the last episode, there is a scene that involves having bodies slash clones slash what have you in like stasis. Again, no spoilers, but very eagle-eyed viewers have zoomed in to the screen and discovered that one of those is, you guessed it, body of one James T. Kirk. So,
Ooh.
yeah, generations be damned, huh? So stay tuned, friends. I don't know where this is going, but very
Oh
interesting.
boy.
Yeah. Now, next up in the Did You Hear news, and this one is big. Chris Carter, excuse me, has confirmed that Ryan Coogler is working on an X-Files reboot. I am so excited. This is
Hell
one of my
yeah.
favorite shows, right? I mean,
Yeah.
oh, it's time, man. And Coogler brought us Black Panther and the Creed films, all good stuff. And apparently he is a big fanboy of the X-Files series too. Now, this is not a remake, but more of a reboot slash update. More on that kind of stuff later. And it's about the state of where the X-Files of the FBI is today in 2023. So it will leave the door open for potential Mulder and Scully cameos, which would be really awesome. And this is just developing now, so bound to be a lot more news to come, and you know I will be following that closely. Last in previews world, there is a new film coming out in a couple of weeks that I think deserves a peek. It's called Beau is Afraid, and it's brought to us by the great A24 production company, written by Ari Aster, the brains behind some pretty disturbing horror films like Hereditary and Midsummer. Well, this is not a horror film, per se. It's more of a comedy, drama, everything everywhere all at once kind of mind bender about a middle-aged man who confronts his deepest fears to achieve his greatest adventure. And the trailer looks amazing. Please check out this trailer, guys. It's esoteric and weird, so, right up my alley. And it stars the always incredible Joaquin Phoenix. And that one is going to hit theaters on the 21st of this month. So check that out. Now, in review time, let's talk a little bit about one of my favorite movies of all time, John Carpenter's The Thing. I mean, yes, it is an oldie but goodie, so why am I talking about this now, you're saying? Well, you may have noticed that the 2011 version of The Thing is burning up the Netflix charts right now, and I gotta say, it's pretty well deserved. Now, I did see this one back when it first came out, and I was impressed. Rewatched it recently, and let me tell you, it really holds up. I think the reason it didn't get much love when it first hit was because people thought it was a remake. And honestly, how can you remake one of the greatest horror classics of all time? Well, you don't. This is not a remake, Fleet. This is a reboot. It is a continuation of the story. And when you see it through to the end, you will understand a lot more. Eagle-eyed viewers and fans of the original may spot the clues right out of the gate as to what they are watching, but I confess, on first viewing, I did not, and I was screaming out loud at the end. This one stars the always reliable Joel Edgerton and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who you may recognize from series like Fargo and one of my favorites, 10 Cloverfield Lane. Special effects, oof, they have grown by huge leaps and bounds since the beloved 1982 version, and it is scary as heck. Not for the squeamish. Mom, this is a hard no for you. No. It's also not, no, it's not for you. It squarely establishes The Thing also as a sci-fi film. Just saying. Watch it and you'll see what I mean. So put that Netflix account to good use, friends. This one will not disappoint you. Last up, anyone check out Rabbit Hole on Paramount Plus?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yes!
I would rank this one up with our favorite Tulsa King.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, like we we preview chatted about this last time I was here. Excuse me, guys, I have something in my throat today. It is a great new action thriller. Kiefer Sutherland. It is a hoot, guys. 3 episodes in. First episode is kind of all over the place, but it's still great. It just didn't feel like it knew what it wanted to be when it grew up. But by episode 3, it is all in. Tons of action, tons of twists and turns, espionage and hijinks. It never stops. Right?
Yeah, it does. You're like, oh, okay, what? I got this now. What?
What? Yeah. And once Charles Dance shows up, it just takes off. It's amazing, and they're so fantastic together. I'm no spoilers, but guys, this is popcorn friendly joyride. So buckle up and join me.
Yeah, put down the cell phone. Yeah, you're gonna have to concentrate a little bit.
And enjoy, because it is really, really fun, and not unlike Tulsa. I'm like, look forward to it. I'm like, oh, is it Sunday yet? Oh, can I watch Rabbit Hole? So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very, very pleased with that. So yeah, so that's where we are, guys, in the corner. That's all we've got for this week. So back to you, Pete.
Very cool. And am I on? Can you hear me?
You're stuck. What the hell's your problem there, Pete? You're frozen.
I'm stuck. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're frozen.
I hear you, yeah.
Okay, well,
you gotta have a crappy signal.
It's a decent picture. I'm okay with the picture.
I don't know about that. You're kind of looking
condescending.
I'm looking. I'm like giving the X-ray vision.
All right. I'll drop down the quality. Let's see if that brings you back.
Tara, I finished watching Station 11. I liked it very much.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
No, that didn't do anything.
Did you read the book?
Now see, that's the thing. I read the book long before the series came out.
Like Station 11. Well, I guess it must have been the first episode. It was just
really liked it. No, it was great. It was like, great.
Is this over yet?
No.
Wait a minute. I know I've got to win my art of war.
Disagree.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you, Pete.
No. By the way,
it's not as bad as Waste of Time, though. I'll give it that.
Come on.
We never gonna live that one down, Pete.
No, Waste of Time was just a waste of time. Is that coming out for another? Please tell me that's not enough. They've canceled that show.
They did not cancel the show.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did they?
I don't think so. I'm not
Robert Baum will
100%
check
sure,
for
and
us.
I'd have to look it up.
Yes.
Yeah, Rob knows so much. So Rob, please tell me.
Yep. Rob will get it.
So T, we reached out to the graphic artist that drew the prop novel, the comic book in Station 11, and we're hoping to get a response. That would be so cool.
It's those little details.
So perfect for us, because it is. And it's so much. It comes down to the power of fandom is like this major through line in this whole book, and I think they touched on it well in the series as well. But yeah, that would be so great to have them on. Oh wow,
this was a book.
This was a novel, and it came out a while ago. I've actually read a few of her other sci-fi books as well, and some of her other regular books.
If it's on Audible.
Yeah, I think
that's a great idea.
Because I'm looking, I think my next Audible credit is going towards the Peripheral, the book.
Oh yeah, good choice. Good.
Okay.
But I have ordered the new Firefly book that's coming out in July.
All
right.
I pre-ordered that one. Me and Mediocre Modeler both have done that one. Firefly, that's what we were talking about today. So, but Mediocre's holding out for anything Star Wars-y that's coming out in the next couple of days, or a couple of weeks, because it's May the 5th and all that other.
Hey Chris,
all that other.
What's the jazz on the Con, the off-Broadway show?
Oh yeah, Tara, I looked that up.
Oh my goodness!
They got back with me, and they want to come on.
Stop it!
Yep. So
That's
you posted
amazing.
that up, and I was like, I need to reach out to those people, and they're like, let us know when you want us to come on. So we will be able to reach out to them and the I think it's the producer and the PR, the PR people for that is gonna come on our show.
Yay! Oh,
Con,
I wonder.
the
It's getting a
musical.
lot of good buzz.
Yep.
It was Playbill.com. I think did a spot on it today. I was talking to a couple of my New York City actor friends about it, and I was like, this looks like a lot of fun, and it's getting good word on the street buzz. So
Yeah.
if we're in town long enough, we should all
Hey, Pete,
go
why don't
check
you?
it out.
Oh, Pete's back! Yay! It took him a second.
Yay!
I think it'd be fantastic. So they might. Well, we're gonna schedule them like you were saying. Let's get them on.
Yep.
And we'll keep you up to speed on what's
It
going
looks like
on.
fun.
With the,
Anything that I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Spam-A-Lot. Spam-A-Lot was
Oh gosh, yeah,
fantastic.
Emma's fantastic.
And then Wicked was good. You know, I saw both
yeah.
of those in
Yep.
Florida while I was stationed down that way, and
Oh no way, that's great.
those were they were some of my. I probably haven't been to a play in forever, and those were the first two I went to, and I was like, I'm hooked. It was just Spam-A-Lot is Monty Python on stage, and
Can't beat it.
It was
Yeah.
great. And then Wicked was just I'd
Yeah, it was
never
good.
known them and didn't know anything about Wicked whatsoever. I just went because it looked kind of interesting, and I was blown away with the singing and the I don't know, I can't remember who was the singer or the actor in that one, but it was a traveling troupe. I think it was from New York, from there.
Fantastic.
So fantastic music, fantastic people. It was a really
Yeah.
If you get a chance to go see some of these things, I'm not a big play person, but I can be. Things like that hook
That's
me.
great.
yeah.
Con, the musical, if it's in New York, I'm going to find a way to get there. So
We're gonna have to.
I am going.
I think
you know,
we're gonna have
It's gonna be
we're
fun.
gonna have to do that together or something. Have to find out. Well, we're gonna have to get tickets. We're gonna have to go together. Is it in New York? Do you know?
Yes, it is.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's
It
off
is. It is
Broadway.
off
All right,
Broadway.
that's
yeah.
a date. I mean, let's do it. Let's do it.
Excellent.
Oh, that'd be a lot of
We
fun.
need to do it. So we need to go. And
Anytime
maybe
I can,
if we talk to them, since we're going to do an interview, maybe we can get some behind the scenes as well if we buy tickets and stuff. So, or maybe they'll give us free tickets. That's a big wish, but
I'll settle for the behind the
Anything.
scenes.
I'll settle for behind the scenes. That'd be fun.
Yeah, and interview and
Absolutely.
have them come on. Oh,
Yep.
that'd be great. So yeah, so let's
Yeah.
work that on the other
Cool.
side of the coin. T, we did a table read, and you were a part of that, of course, since you've been cast in The Stranded Warrior, and you play one of the central characters in terms of the command structure, and you've been acting for decades, so you're bringing a lot of talent.
Wow, you've been acting for
Tara-
a really long time. How's that?
Tara's theater. Tara's-
You don't tell somebody you're old because you've been
No.
acting for decades.
It's about you
You've
dummy.
been doing it for years.
Listen,
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing. I'm only 21 now. I have
That's
so
right.
many years of credits, but hey.
It's such a. It's
I was
such
going
a
to say
great-
19, but okay.
Oh,
It's such a
thank you.
cool thing to have the background that you're bringing to the production, and that's what I wanted to kind of like shine a light on, because you're very modest about everything you've done. I've seen you on stage on many of the productions that you've done, at least when you were doing things downstate, and I wanted you to bring that up, and I want you to tell us more about your craft and a little bit of what you now, what you're bringing to the character, and without giving,
Actually, you have the character descriptions.
Yeah.
You can talk about the
Yeah.
character description and how you feel that person would feel in this movie. Just don't share anything like what's going on.
yeah.
No spoilers,
Yes.
doggone it.
No, my hand-to-hand combat with the Cylons, I can't talk
Yeah.
about that.
No, it's not the Cylons, it's the Klingons.
Really
It's the
looking
hand-to-hand
forward
combat
to
with the
that.
Klingons.
Yeah.
We're gonna cross the streams with Star Trek and Battlestar. You're gonna have hand-to-hand
cross the
combat with the
streams.
Klingons.
It would be bad. Well, I just gotta say I had the best time at the table read. What a fantastic cast we've pulled together here. And the script is terrific. I am playing Colonel Medea, and she's from Caprica, which makes me very happy. And also, being such a Battlestar Galactica fan, it means so much more to me to be able to be involved in this. I really, really appreciate the backstory of the character. I was kind of working on like my own in my head, which is just, what I do as an actor. And I was so impressed that it matched up really, really well to everything that Chris sent me. So yeah, she's a kind of a military brat raised in the family. Loves her job. Her job is her life. Her family is her crew. She's kind of the quintessential. I think of everything kind of in terms of like what, in my experience, like as a theater director or as a theater producer, you kind of have to have an eye on everything. You have to know everything that's going on at once. You have to know everybody's name. You have to know every little bit of stuff. And that is part of what I am trying to bring to my character in this, because she is someone who is comfortable with command, knows everything that's going on, and like I said, her crew is her family. This is her whole life, is what she's doing on this ship. So it is just an absolute honor and a privilege to be here. I haven't done a lot of film. I've done some extra work. I've done a couple of like little small things, but so bringing a lot of a theater actor's background to this, it's it's really fun. It is so, I can't even begin to. I'm like giddy about it, and I can't tell anybody any details other than, oh my gosh, I'm going to be in a Battlestar Galactica film. And everybody goes, "Of course you are, Tara." Yeah, I'm like,
What if
no,
we
no,
would not
really.
expect anything else? Yeah.
Exactly. I told one of my actually one of my actor friends, who I was originally close with in New York, lives up here near me, and we've worked together a few times since he's been up here. And he and his girlfriend actually stopped by my job today to visit. And I, he's like, "What are you up to?" And I said, "Well, I'm actually going to the city in a few weeks." He said, "You're not going to believe this. I'm actually filming a Battlestar Galactica fan film." And he went, "Oh, of course you
I
are."
totally believe it.
I am not
Yeah, I
surprised.
totally
It's
believe
like
it.
if
Yeah.
anybody else had told me that, I would have been like, "Yeah, okay," but it's you. So yes, of course you. And I feel like just the honor of being able to put on that uniform is going to completely transform, it will transform you right into that character if you're really steeped in that. And one of the greatest things that I think our fans should know is the incredible amount of detail work that is going on this film. It is just staggering. And you guys know me for a few years now. When I talk about these shows and stuff, I like to get into the little details and
Oh
the
yeah.
fun stuff that
We're big
maybe
in the
other people
details.
don't
Trust me.
notice. This movie is going to knock people's socks off. If you're into it, and hey, if you're watching, you're a fan, you are into it, you're going to be really impressed. So it's just an honor to be a part of it, guys.
We're
It's
actually
gonna be
really happy to
awesome.
have you. I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's it's something, like I said, I've gone to plays before, and I guess my question to you is, how do you see the coming from a theater background and going into an acting background? What do you think the challenges are? And what's, is there a difference, or is it just something? Is it just a location that you're in front of a camera now instead of in front of an audience?
It's it's more of a, imagine when you're on stage doing a play, the camera, it doesn't stop. So if you enter when that curtain goes up and you're on stage that whole act, you are in that character the whole time. When you're doing film, it's line, cut. Now we have to
Oh,
adjust
yeah,
cameras. Now
exactly.
we have
Yep.
to do blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot more room to I think, lose the character or lose where you're going. I mean, they're definitely, obviously there are fabulous film actors and they know how to do it. It is a challenge if you're just theater trained, but having the theater training background gives you so much more. Like I'm preparing this as if it was a stage play and as if I was on stage for like a whole show, and you have to have all this background in your head to help you create that character and bring that forth. You may only have a minute or so of screen time, or you may have, you know, a whole whatever of screen time. It has to become apparent, and the camera does pick up a lot of things that you may not get if you're sitting in the 20th row of a theater, you know?
Right.
So there's those are the differences. There's actually a really terrific book that Michael Caine wrote years ago about acting on camera. And it's one I would highly recommend to any actors out there. It's one I recommend to my students. And it really nails the differences and how to overcome those hurdles and how to embrace that, and knowing what the camera is going to pick up and what the camera is not going to pick up. So and just, you know, hitting your mark, you know, things that you don't realize, you know, it's different when you're on stage. It's like, just find your light and stay there. That's all good.
Look for the X on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
It's over here somewhere. There it is.
Yeah.
Hi.
Not to mention, we're going to be doing a lot of the green screen is going to be playing a major factor.
Yeah.
In
Since we couldn't build, since we could not afford to build a Battlestar interior. You know, I mean, the fans really did help fund quite a bit, but it, you know, that building the Battlestar was just beyond the micro budget agreement of the SAG-AFTRA. The $14,000. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do that one.
No.
Although it'd be cool as hell. Cool as anyways. Cool as frack to be able to do something like that. But yeah, I know there was one fan out there. I've got to look it back up. I know somebody was actually building.
There was someone that was working on a bridge and on another part
all
of
these places, like Star Trek has got a bridge in
Fort Ticonderoga up near me,
in
actually.
Georgia, in Kingsland, Georgia. There's a one there, and there's one up in New York. So, the heck? I guess, you know, us Battlestar people are kind of not as. But then again, the bridge for a Star Trek fan film is so much easier to build than the Battlestar Galactica bridge because it was so huge. And just the amount of equipment and the people that go into a real Battlestar bridge. I mean, you look at the interior bridge of a Constitution class Star Trek, you know, starship, and that is like minuscule compared to a Battlestar. I mean, the Battlestar had raised platforms, and you look down upon all of the other things that were going on. So I know there's a lot of information in regards to the set that was there at the time frame and how much money went into the set building of the bridge itself. I mean, the rotating top and everything else is just amazing. So, but I jumped subjects. Am I chasing a squirrel? Yeah, I'm chasing a squirrel.
Colin Schmidt, thank you for joining. Chris Laskowski from Down Under both mentioned that Dale Long in California is building the bridge. According to what they just put us up, they just let us know that it's them. I did see some pictures early on. There was the groundbreaking. He set up, you know, and then he had.
Does anybody know Dale? Does anybody know Dale
Dale's
personally?
out there.
If somebody can put us in touch with Dale, we'd love to do an update and find out what's going on with it.
Yeah, that would be great.
If you could put us in touch, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I know he's also he worked with the person who was doing the silent voice, I believe, too.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So he's the guy who was. I mean, so much went into that alone, but.
Oh yeah.
But I squirreled on us. I want to go back to Tiny Bean, and
that's okay. No, listen, I think that's going to be my biggest challenge as an actor being involved in this, is that every time I see like a uniform or a patch or a prop, I'm going to be like, oh no, look at I'm so
And there's
excited. You know,
so
I have to
much.
go.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I mean, Pete and I were
Of
talking
course.
before the broadcast today. We were like, I could talk. We said, we ain't got time for that. I said, well, I could just every little detail that we've looked into on the collar devices, and every little detail we've looked into the patches that we know about, and every little detail we know about the battle stars that were mentioned, and just putting our spin on some of the stuff. It's just like,
So,
go ahead.
for the record, guys, we mentioned Dale Long, and I wanted to confirm before I opened my mouth, and I just confirmed. Dale Long contributed to The Stranded Warrior.
No.
Oh, yay!
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we
He
got to
contributed. So, and he contributed. So I just wanted to bring that out. And crew chief Mike DeBrune is on with us, and Baz from Down Under says good day, Tara. So I want to just pull
Hey,
that out.
Baz.
And yep. And
And
Dale
he's-
tried to build a Viper at one point. That was from Carl. Mike, don't worry about it. Mike says he just watched Dungeons and Dragons movie Funny Flick. Okay, good to know.
I didn't think it was out already.
excellent.
Is it
Okay.
out already?
Yeah.
I thought it was out already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yep. So Dale is a supporter, and we appreciate that because we know that Dale is
Yeah,
a
Dave
very,
Francoeur is on
very
too.
very big fan. Dave Francoeur, yes, Dave was. He came on right around the time that TU came on.
Okay.
Dave is a big friend, a good friend of ours, big supporter. Please check out his work as well as
Yes.
Battlestar Bulletin Board. Sean Shallow, who's also a good friend of ours and supporter,
Love
mediocre
Sean.
modeler. I mean,
Mhm.
Team BSG Viper, all the guys, all of you.
Mhm.
Thank you for supporting and watching us live. Taro, I personally am excited to have not only the talent on set, but having all our friends in one place at the same time is a rare thing. So
Wow.
there's a lot of passion that goes into this, and I wanted to articulate that. So bringing all of us together and doing this, I think it's going to show
It's
when
truly
it comes
fan.
to
It's truly a fan run,
Yeah.
fan funded, fan driven production.
passion project.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Oh, yeah.
and that love and that passion is going to translate like immediately on the screen. Absolutely. The people will feel it.
I want it to be longer though. I just can't.
Okay.
I want to do. Pete's like, you need to slow down. I said, I want to do part 2. Well, what about part 3? We could do a part 3.
Let's get the part 1 in the can, and then we'll see what happens
Right.
after that. Because
But I've already got ideas for part 7.
Yes, of course. Actually, you do, and it's funny because Tara, the same
we were just
idea
talking
that you
about
had
this afternoon. He's like, you need to slow down.
You need to slow down because
great.
the whole
That's so
background
great.
and
Love
coming
it.
up with what the backstory is. Chris just wrote a whole 3 pages of backstory for one of the characters, and I was like, listen, Chris, you gotta slow down because we gotta rechannel. We're less than a month out, and there's a lot of odds and ends that need to be. It's incredible. Filming. It doesn't matter, the project in terms of, size only makes it more complicated. But what we're doing, which is a short, and we expect it to be anywhere between, 20 to 30 minutes. And that's a part 1 of 2. And there is so many moving parts. There's so many, there's background actors and there's, a lot of logistics, and there's, unforeseen expenses that have come up and things like that.
Sure.
That it's like, how many tans do you need? How many jackets do you need? And then if you need the jackets, you got to put the buckles on. We got to buy buckles, and then you got to get patches. So you have to have the patches. So what are the right patches? And then we bought a patch that had green in it. We're using green screen. Can't use that patch. Got to get a replacement. We got some special something that we want to put on one of the uniforms, and we're having issues with delivery. So we may have to order a third time the same or similar thing, and it's just like now we're like $100 and something in the hole for
this
something
one
that should
piece of
have been
uniform.
one thing. It's like, really?
Yeah.
But
But it's
Yeah.
important to us, and I
it's
think
important,
it's gonna help out. It's gonna help out with the.
yeah.
It's important to us because we know that the fans will get it. I mean, there's just the minute details that the minutia that we're going into is and Pete calls it a short. I want to say it's more time challenged. It's not really a short. It's a time challenge. We don't have a time. We can't have the time that I want to use.
Correct.
But but yeah, we've we've gone deep. I think the making of this would be longer than this, than the show itself, because I mean, I'm looking at, for instance, collar devices. So I'm making collar devices for different things. So we talked about, I think last week, about the different things on the collar device. Well, this week I'm working about the collar device on the Rikon, and then I squirrel, not by much, but I squirrel. So, I mean, we do things. So I'm looking at the collar devices, and I'm like, well, I start looking at different things. So I just want to give you we won't go deep into detail because we got somebody else coming up, but I'll give you an idea of my squirreling. So this is the collar device for the Rikon.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
And the reason why I went with this was because it's Anubis. So this is the god of the underworld. He runs the underworld.
All right, stop. That's enough.
That's
enough.
Okay.
It ties directly into the story.
Directly into the story. So that's one.
Yes.
And then I was like, okay, well, and then it has the Eye of Ra and the Eye of Anubis, or the Eye of Ra inside the Eye of Horus.
Amazing.
So the Eye of Horus is the other eye. So they're actually two different eyes. So that's one side of the collar device. That's the other side of the collar device. And you see the eye is filled in one and not in the other. And if we had time, I would go in and tell you the background information I learned about the Eye of Ra versus the Eye of Horus. And it's just, I went all that far. And then of course we wanted to kind of nod to certain people, and I'll give you an idea on this one. So you got these hieroglyphics on the outside, and let me change those hieroglyphics to what a real word is. And this is what those hieroglyphics say. In honor of Glenn Larson, creator of the original Battlestar Galactica. This is the detail we go into, and this probably won't be seen. I mean, you'll probably get a flash on the show, and that's about it.
Yep.
But this is the stuff that we look at. I mean, and of course, I also researched the of Ra, and of course, Ra actually weighs. So Ra is not Ra. Anubis is the person who, or the god that weighs your soul. The Egyptians believed that your soul, your heart, retained the deeds that you did before when you died. So if you did good deeds, your heart contained those good deeds. And Anubis, he weighs, or she weighs, depending, so God, you never know. They would weigh your heart against a feather, and that feather represents the god of it's another god of justice and goodwill and those kind of things. And it's Ma'aran, I think it is. So, and that's, so I looked at first and said, I want to put Anubis on here, and I want to put the scale, and I want to put the feather, and I want to put a heart, and it just didn't fit. So we kind of ended up with what we got. So that's
So
a squirrel and I'll stop with that squirrel. So that's the squirrel of details that we go into, and I end up 45 minutes later and looking at something. I was like, hey, I need to find a scale. 45 minutes later, I've read everything I know about the Eye of Ra and the Eye of Horus and everything else. So
we should write. We got to write all this stuff down, guys,
yeah.
because
I think we should
do like a making of Bible.
Oh, heck yeah.
As I said, the making of this movie would be longer than the movie itself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But
totally
James McCoy says, Tipsy, you overachiever. That sums it all up. Now, Baz is giving us a quick update. He's telling us here that fiberglassing is finished on the full-size Viper.
I saw that. It's
sanding,
check out the,
filling, and painting next. All vinyl stickers are done. Flight suit is finished. And yep, that's kind of like the update on that. Kim Harms is with us. Thank you for joining us. No worries. Thank you again for support. We mentioned that all up front. We want to recognize you guys for coming through. So thank you very, very much, Kim. Really appreciate that. Let's see. There was something else here that I wanted to mention. Sean, of course, from Battlestar Bulletin Board, is with us. Jimmy Shirts is watching. John One is watching as well. He came on a while ago. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Really appreciate it. And I'm not sure who it is, Rob, but there's a lot more to discuss at another point in terms of the mythology of
we looked at this and like, hey, maybe we can fit this in tonight. And Pete told me, no, that's not going to fit. We don't have enough time for that. But I said, but it's so cool. We don't have time for that.
Carl says he had actually had the pleasure of going to the Valley of the Kings and Queens in Egypt during his Navy days.
Wow. I think that's something I have not been able to do. That'd be something fun.
Chris went to Sicily and New Jersey.
Yeah. So my idea of this, Battlestar universe, Chris's idea of the Battlestar universe, there are 13 tribes, but I envision that each one of those tribes has a ancient connection on Earth. So, for instance, the Battlestar Helios represents Tauron, which is Greek. So the ancient Greek stuff that Greek Romans, those kind of things, that's from those. So maybe the 13th tribe had had a number of people from each one of the different tribes. So the 13th tribe wasn't its own tribe, but it was multiple. So maybe the 13th tribe was Norse, and maybe it was Egyptian, and maybe it was Greek, and maybe it was all of these things. And when they finally landed on Earth, these are the things that they created. Maybe the Mayans, maybe those people there. So
Toltec,
yeah, exactly.
And of course,
so
the Helios is our
all those things that were in there. So maybe that's the 13th tribe. The 13th tribe contained all of those people, and all of that stuff came to Earth because they landed there. And that's just that's Tipsy Toaster's view on the 13th tribe.
For the record,
there's our next movie, guys.
That's right. That's right. And the Helios is part of the Stranded Warrior. It's not canon, but it's part of the Stranded Warrior. It's a Battlestar in our production. We'll leave it at that.
Yep.
Tara, thank you very, very much
for
everything that you're doing. Yes, 100%.
And thank you for the table read. You were great the other day, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It's excellent. 100%. Looking forward to the next one, guys. And hey, Jimmy Shirts is coming on. He is fantastic and has the best shirt. So please show the shirt because it's amazing.
Oh yeah, all good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have fun, guys. I'll be watching. Thank you. I'll see you all later.
Take care.
All right. Night, guys.
Thank you. All right. So in the wings, we have Jimmy Shirts, who is he's co-starring in The Stranded Warrior. And he has a really interesting part in the
you're killing me. I want to say something, but I'm not allowed.
The action. No, you're not. You're not allowed to. And we wanted to bring on all the actors that are going to be in The Stranded Warrior at some point or another, and talk about themselves and let us know who they are and why they're acting and why they're interested in doing this stuff, and it's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool, right? So we're getting to know the actors, right? And usually it's the other way around. Usually it's after the movie they'll go around doing their interviews and stuff. But since we had the opportunity to bring them on before, it's like, why not? So
right.
I think,
and in this way we also get a quick view. So like Tara gave a view of what she thought of the character, what she brings to the thing. So and then Jimmy's a professional actor. He's been in a lot of different things, and I know he's probably gonna hate that I say this, but I think he's going places. He's been places and he's going places. So I think we're really looking forward to having him on board. I could say that on board. The Battlestar Helios and the actual thing. So we will bring him on as soon as I figure out how to hit the button.
Chuck Davenport's with us. Chris Marshall, of course. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. And of course, Chuck and Chris Marshall are tip of the spear when it comes to our CG stuff. And
without them,
we have
this would
Terabetsky, John Terabetsky.
Yep.
He's also involved. He's joined the team. And we're looking to get one more to come on as well. So that's in the making. In the meantime, let me tell you a little bit more about Baz. He just put up that getting ready to build the trailer, gathering specs on Australian standards, span tables, steel profiles, braking systems, towing limits, etc.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, yeah. Because it's a heavy. His Viper is the Mark
II.
Mark
4,
II,
7,
yeah,
8,
something like that. The
15,
Mark II, I
22.
think it's very heavy. And we had this discussion when we had him on towards the end of last fall, and we're gonna have him back on again.
Yeah, we
and
should
we're
have
gonna
him back on.
update.
So,
we definitely will. And so we have with us in the green room, I hope. Yes, Jimmy Shirts is
the green room.
Yeah, outstanding. Jimmy, welcome to Interfleet Broadcasting.
How we doing, guys?
We're doing well.
He's got. Hey, I'm going to appropriate. It's the New York thing. Hey,
that's right, baby. Yeah, you need to stop doing that because you're outnumbered, Chris. You can't talk like that. You're from Wyoming,
I think I'm
man.
the
What do
only
you
guy
know?
from New England, the only guy from Boston on this.
Boston. Right? See, my wife. My wife's from Fall River, so I can talk this way. When I met my wife, she said, "Hey, let's go potty," and I said, "I ain't got to go to the bathroom."
Jimmy, welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Honored to be here. Pleasure to be here with you guys. Thanks to our dear friend George Zuvalos. I call him the quadruple threat. Writer, actor, director, producer. George goes on and on and on. You gotta love him.
Absolutely.
This is all coming together. For me with you guys here. Thanks to George, of course. Appreciate it. Appreciate the opportunity with you guys. Looking forward to my role as engineer Deacon playing opposite the lovely Diana Durango.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to my scenes with Diana. She's fabulous.
Oh, she is.
Tara, she's a powerhouse. We had a great table read last weekend with Tara and everybody, the rest of the cast. She's pretty powerful. She's pretty cool.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
Yeah, it was really good to see her. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, guys. It's coming upon us. It's just not even 4 weeks away, right? We start filming on 6.
Scary.
Yes. Right.
So, Jimmy, one of the quick questions from one of our very good friends who we've interviewed on the show, Baz from Australia. He's watching us live, and he said he has a question. Where do I get that shirt, Jimmy? It's awesome.
Everybody wants to know where they come from. So this is one of the limited edition Robert Graham shirts. It's a Marvel shirt, actually. If you guys can see some of the detail and the characters and stuff in this shirt.
I love the Look,
Oh,
turn around. Show the back.
Here,
Show the back.
of the shirt. Let me show you the back.
That's fracking cool.
All right. Frack. I must have said that thing today 40 friggin' times.
We're wearing off on you.
Better than saying the mother effer.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy frack. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so it's a, this one here, I forget when it came out. I've had this now probably a couple of years, maybe 3 years or so. This is from the Robert Graham collection. It's a Marvel collection. It's called Whatever It Takes. But you can only find this thing now maybe somewhere, I don't know, on Amazon or one of those things. You'd probably find a used one. You wouldn't. I doubt if you'd find a new one with tags on it. So these things go pretty quick. They're limited, so they only make so many. It depends on the shirt, depends on the cut. You know, it could be one of 200, it could be one of 800. But yeah, it's a limited edition Robert Graham.
How'd you get into that? You collect them?
Yeah, I got into it. I don't know, back maybe 2009 or 10, maybe might even been 2008. I'm up to we're getting close to 400.
Holy crap!
In the collection now, yeah. So hence that's where the name Jimmy Shirts comes from. You know, that was given to me at a bar that I used to frequent. A friend of mine, Steve DiFilippo, opened a restaurant called Davio's close to my home, and I'd be in there when he first opened. 4 or 5 nights a week, I'd come strolling through the door, and it didn't take them very long to catch on and to notice the shirts. And one of the bartenders happened to say one night, "That's Jimmy Shirts." And it stuck with me ever since. And then when I joined SAG, when I joined the Screen Actors Guild, I initially joined under my name. And then I said, well, gee, what the hell sounds better? You know, Jimmy Shirts. And I switched it. I switched it to Jimmy Shirts. I thought it was maybe a little bit more catchy. So that's what we're sticking to.
It is
Shirts.
actually a little catchier. I like it.
It is. What you wonder,
it
like,
fits you.
Jimmy Shirts. Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So Jimmy, you have been involved in other productions. You've done other work. According to your IMDb, you've written some, you've produced some, and you've acted in a bunch. And is this something that you're doing full-time, part-time? What's your vision? You know, what's driving you to get into this world, I think, is my question.
Well, I just, it was one of those things I had in the back of my head for many years, and never pulled the trigger on. Honestly, the thought popped into my head probably as far back as 25, almost 30 years ago. And that thought would last there for maybe all of 6-7 minutes. And then I'd say, I'm not doing it. I can't do that. And honestly, guys, it hasn't even been 3 years for me yet. This all started for me just about around the time of the pandemic. Just at the early stages of the pandemic. And I finally decided to pull the trigger. I saw something advertised with a gentleman in New York, Ted Body. And I applied to his studio, Ted Body Studios in New York. And I got an email back from them just a matter of a few days. I went into their classes, which was actually a Zoom class. It wasn't even in person. Everything was done pretty much through Zoom at that time. And then I studied with Ted for a while. Then I went on to a person who I think is absolutely fabulous, and I owe a great deal of gratitude towards her. Her name is Rachel Bailett from the Lee Strasberg Theater in LA, and she also would teach in Boston at Boston Casting. I got my foot in the door with her, and I got to tell you that she had such a way of communication and such an awesomeness to her that made me feel very comfortable. And she would pull things, because I'd say to Rachel at one point, "I just want all the wise guy roles," and Rachel would say to me, "Jim, why do you want to limit yourself?" And she challenged me with certain things, and she actually gave me some scene work and stuff to work on that I would bring to class and stuff, and just some awesome people. And I got to say that a lot of it actually started from her. That's how the relationships for me grew with certain people that, she had me in contact, and then it just branched up. And one in particular, my dear friend who is on fire right now, okay? He's just about been in the game now for about 4 years himself. Bruce Buster Sosha, got to give him a shout out. The guy's very inspirational. He's extremely helpful. He's very knowledgeable. You gotta love the guy. And that's all due to the fact of the connection through Rachel that wanted us to, get together and stuff and meet. And she said, Jim, you have to meet Bruce. So that's how, I got connected with Bruce. Was one of the first guys. And then it just grew from there. To my dear friend Arthur Yu, another guy that's absolutely doing tremendous. He just had a very nice commercial, a nice little scene in a Dunkin' Donuts commercial with Ben Affleck.
Nice.
Yeah. It was awesome. Congrats to him, and several others. My dear friend John Fiore.
Oh,
John was in The Sopranos back. Oh my God, how many years ago? Right? Played Gigi that got whacked on the toilet. Law and Order and a bunch of other shows. I mean, a very, very well-established guy. He's been in the game for probably close to 4 decades now. But just some really, really, really awesome people. And then, of course, we have our dear friend George Luvelos.
Yep.
It was actually George. Okay, so back when I was doing a few things with another gentleman. There's a director, a dear friend of mine, Norman Lane. Norman said to me one day, Jimmy, I have this script. And my friend Charlie LaGrasso was the writer on this script, a very, very, very talented guy. Like in the old days, we say when a guy was a good brick mason or a stonemason, whatever, he was born with a trowel in his hand. Well, this kid came out with a golden pen and a pad of paper, let me tell you, because, oh my God. I got to give credit where it's due, man. And this guy rearranged this whole script. He rewrote the script. They made me the main character in the script, so I played Jimmy Shanahan in that. It's actually Jimmy Shirts Shanahan, and the movie is The Bolt Job, which we're still filming. Okay, that was doing from my dear friend Norman. Norman gave me that tremendous opportunity with this film, which I am now also on producing with that. And Norman kind of opened the door for me in that respect. I know I like both sides of the camera here. I like being in front of the camera and performing my roles, but I also like the behind the scenes things that take place. And I'm just learning every day. Every day that I talk to George, it's a learning experience. It's a learning experience, what I tell you. He's extremely knowledgeable, as you guys know. And we talk sometimes 2-3 times a day. He'll call me. But yeah, it kind of started with that, the Bolt Job. And then with Once a Week for Life. But it was actually George. That's where I got my first credit. Okay? Because a lot of the other work that I had before, over the past couple of years, was primarily in background roles. In the Whitney Houston one, I Want to Dance with Somebody, or in the Julia series on HBO Max. All the scenes that I shot with Dexter, New Blood, all that day of filming, nothing ended up getting used. It happens. I mean, sometimes things get cut. And then I did some stand-in work, and also another series on AMC called Kevin Can Fuck Himself. But then primarily, it was fabulous. It was a sitcom, tremendous show that they had running there. But then again, it wasn't a really a featured role or a lead role of any sort, or a speaking role for that matter. But it was actually through Norman with the Bolt Job. That's my first one, and then with George. I played the role of Matteo Giambrone, and I shot my scenes at a very iconic spot under the Hellgate Bridge, right where Al Pacino stood when he shot the Serpico back in
Serpico.
1970s. I don't even know what year it was. 76, 77, 78. Whatever that was. You know, George reminded me of that scene. You know, a great scene, and you got the. I think it's called the Tri-State or the Tri-something Bridge in the background. Pretty cool. And then I had another scene in there where we end up whacking a guy. That was with.
I love. We end up whacking a guy.
Oh my God, that was. Let me tell you something. We're running around. We got freaking guns. We got this. We got that. Oh my God, the scene was crazy. But George, you gotta love the guy. He's extremely talented. He's very, very passionate about his work, man. He'll shoot that thing every way under the sun, capture every friggin' angle. He gets it done. The guy's amazing. Can't say enough about George, you know. But
agreed.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know we got him in this film, right? George is in this film, but he's pretty cool guy. And I just gotta ask, where did you come? I love it. Where did you come up with Tipsy Toaster? Who came up with Tipsy Toaster? I mean, you guys are freaking amazing. I absolutely love it. When I saw the thing, he said Tipsy Toaster. I said, oh my God, I got to jump on with this guy.
And then I started a company called Tipsy Toaster Productions, and that's how we ended up where we're at now. So Tipsy Toaster is just. I said, well, I like to drink, and I'm a Cylon. So there you go, Tipsy
You put
Toaster.
it all together.
So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this with you guys. I'm counting the days down.
So are we. We learned a lot from the table read, and your character is even more interesting once you read it and brought it to life. So as you know, it's one thing when there's words on a piece of paper, and there's a total different thing when you actually have someone that's bringing it to life. And your character is going to be a lot of fun in this, and we're looking forward to it. But when you gave it the read, we were like, okay, this is good. This is going to work tremendously. We're going to have a good time with this. Yeah. So we are looking forward to it as well.
Yeah, this is
Absolutely. Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, this is your first fan film, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It is.
We have a fan film virgin.
Oh, this is great. By the way, guys, just a quick shout out to Janet Jenkins and Peter Hirschberg. Thanks for tuning in live, guys. Appreciate it. James McCoy, Drunken Cylon, would that be called a trashed can?
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Oh, boy.
I like it.
Hey, listen, James is a funny guy. But, just to kind of like put things into a little bit of context, Jimmy, for a lot of our fans here on Interfleet Broadcasting, we've mentioned here and there, we've brought this up. We've had Mr. George Zuvalos on. He's interviewed. We've interviewed him many times over the last 3 years. But we were all part of Once a Week for Life. George Zuvalos was, kind enough to kind of rope us all in and bring us all together as a big happy family in Once a Week for Life. Right. So we're all in the production, which is all kind of cool. And we from there it only gets better. One of the things that I've picked up over the decades, as I'm sure you know, and I wanted us to kind of talk about how networking plays in this industry. I think networking is everything.
I couldn't agree with you more. Honestly, I couldn't agree with you more. I've met so many, when I tell you, amazing people, right? Amazing people. I surround myself with good people. I don't need any shitheads around me. Honestly, I just don't have time for the drama and all the bullshit with some people. But I tell you the truth, there's a great group of fellow actors that I have in my circle here. And that I learn something from each and every day. Each and every day, it's a learning experience. I have a conversation with Bruce on the phone, or I have a conversation with George on the phone, or I have a conversation with my friend John Richardson, who I'm doing a movie for John. It's in the process right now. He's wrapping up the script on Chasing Adrian. So I speak to John every morning, like clockwork. It could be 8, 9 o'clock. We're on the phone, and we're on the phone for friggin' 2-3 hours. But that was one of those things where I got the call. I happened to be driving down the highway, and the phone rings. And first, I got a text message that says, "Hey, what'd you think of the script?" And I didn't know what he was talking about. Or are you on board? And I didn't know what he was talking about. And then he was like, "Can you talk?" And I said, "Sure." And he called me, and we had the conversation. He popped the question to me. He said, "Jimmy Schertz, I want you in my film. And I want you as this character. And I'm playing Jimmy McClane in that film, Chasing Adrian." So that's something right now where it's still being developed. He's just finishing up the script. And it's something that probably towards the later part of the year we'll probably start filming. But yeah, man, I'm having fun with this. This is it's not all that I do. I still got my construction company. That's the breadwinner here. By all means, I'm still banging nails, still building. But yeah,
you got it.
It's
that's
good.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of people don't realize, that if somebody wants to be an actor, it doesn't mean they just quit everything and become an actor.
Right.
There's something that's always providing money, or there's somebody's always providing support behind scenes. And in your case, it's a contracting position, or it's something, but you have that drive to become the thing that you want to become. You want to become the director, or the writer, or the actor, or whatever it may be.
Right.
And the other thing is it supports it, but like you were just saying a minute ago, it's about the people about the people you align yourself with. It's extremely important that if you want to move forward, you don't let the small things hold you back. You proceed by pushing yourself, and realize that this is my job, but this is my passion. And I believe and you're saying that acting is your passion. Acting is what you really want to do. It's you have a job, but the acting is something that you strive to become better at, strive to become more in touch with. Those are the things that it's become so much important, that makes you happy. not that not that making money doesn't make you happy. Everybody loves to make a little bit of money, but you have something that fuels that passion. And in the table read we had the other day, the feedback that we get, the things that we see, plus all of the things that you've done, the different movies, the different shows, the different you see you try to get yourself involved in the program. Program sounds bad, but you try to get yourself involved with all the different abilities, all the different shows, all the different movies. You throw yourself at those things because it's a passion. It's a passion project, like Battlestar Galactica: Stranded Warriors, a passion project. But acting is a passion project for you. You want to do that. That's what you enjoy. So that's like fandom. We talk about our fans all the time, and that's what drives our fans. That's what drives our people. That's what makes you happy, and then you, in turn, make other people happy with your acting, your the ability, the things that you do. So that's what fans feel the fleet. Actors feel the fleet as well. Writers feel the fleet as well. Those are really important things.
Jimmy, I got a couple of things for you. But before I bring it up and give it back to you, although Chris, when you get a chance, my lower third for mediocre modeler came up, and I just want to make sure everybody knows that as much as I want to be mediocre modeler, there is only one original mediocre modeler.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was from last week. What can I say?
However,
it was because you weren't here 2 weeks ago.
All right. So, Jimmy, we got a really cool comment from crew chief Mike DeBrun Mike DeBrun from Texas. He's a supporter, good friend of ours. We go back a long ways. And he says, it says something about the quality of a character that talented artists such as yourself lend your time and skill to a fan film. On behalf of the fans, thank you very much. So that's from Mike. Thanks, Mike. I wanted to ask you, Jimmy, if you were able to pick, if you woke up tomorrow and said, well, today I want to play a character that is blank in this type of a film, what would it be?
Ooh, good question.
Jesus, I got to tell you, one of my absolute favorite actors is Amanda Sante, right? I think it was maybe after watching Gaudy for like the 23rd time that really even pushed me to pull the trigger even more so, and watching, Donnie Brasco. Michael Madsen was absolutely one of my favorite characters in that film, as well as Pacino. And Johnny Depp was friggin' amazing as well. But I guess something in that realm, something in that genre is what I really like to play more so. I feel it's more my wheelhouse of characters. One of the only reasons why, too, that I agreed to even do this and come to New York was the fact that you guys, when I get off that plane, you're going to have somebody standing there with a nice big card that says Jim, right?
Oh, yeah.
And get me to and from set, right?
That's
so,
it.
I mean, absolutely. I was thrilled, when George made the call and stuff, and we talked about this. I was thrilled from the second he mentioned it. So
yeah. I think the real sell was just all I had to say was Diana Durango is going to kiss you.
Oh my God! So,
easy, stop! Don't say that.
Oh my God! So she is a phenomenal, as you guys know. She's a phenomenal person. She brings a tremendous amount of energy to the set.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I met the whole family, but I had the opportunity to work with her brother on Once a Week for Life. I met the mom and her, and just great people, great people. And just with the table reading stuff that we had the other day, I know that we have a great cast with this film, and just looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting in there on the 6th and getting this thing done.
And we're looking forward to it as well, Jimmy. Just so that you know, we're ironing out the details for some live broadcasting in between, takes, and probably at meal break. We're hoping that you're available, if possible, to do like a quick spot with our. We're going to be working with a good friend of ours, Owen Cotter from Sci Fiction, and we're working details. We're ironing out the details so that we could do some, maybe like a 5-minute spot with some of the characters that are going to be in the movie, and we would definitely love to have you on board for that as well, as we break in between scenes from the Stranded Warrior. And so I want to let you know that that's happening, if at all possible. But maybe after your scene, we could try to get you on live and get that broadcast out. It would be great to try to get you maybe even in costume, but we'll see. It's going to be a lot of fun because your character gets to do a lot of cool stuff, and you'll be playing opposite of Diana Durango, who is phenomenal.
Yes.
I witnessed some of her in action while I was working with George Zuvalos and on Once a Week for Life, and that is tremendous. And I know we're gonna have a good time with this. A quick aside is David Lamont. Thank you for joining us live. I'm here with Jimmy Schertz, actor who is gracing us with his talents on The Stranded Warrior, our own passion project fan film. Of course, the Tipsy Toaster will be directing, and we have an all-star cast. And thank you very, very much, Jimmy, for taking the time out. We look forward to having you back on the show with another one of your cool shirts. And
absolutely, anytime.
All right, fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, amazing.
How's this one?
Ooh,
oh boy,
what's that one?
Oh,
is that?
Robert
I guess the question lies right now.
Standalone. It's called
What is your what is your favorite shirt?
Yeah.
This is probably now in my. This one here is probably in my top 10. Probably
Top
in my
10?
top 5 right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
But what's number one?
It's hard to say. You can never pick a number one. I mean, sometimes I stand in that closet for a friggin' hour just to pick out.
Oh my God.
I might change 30 times. I might have 30 different shirts on and change my shoes friggin' 20 times too.
You're not Jimmy's shoes, but you're Jimmy Shirts. Yeah.
Oh my God! You gotta accessorize. You gotta match. No, I mean, just saying, you gotta do that, guys.
Excellent.
But yeah, it takes me time to get ready.
That's it,
Jimmy. Next time you come on our show,
Yeah.
you got to do the same thing. You're gonna wear another one of your favorites and bring a second one, like you did this time. That's gonna be part of your thing, because we got to talk about that. That is awesome.
Cool.
Love it, Jimmy. This is Chris. Where are you?
Yeah,
let's
right here.
Let's
so
toast.
thanks, Jimmy. We want to thank you for joining the cast and helping out with a fan film. Like you just said, it's your first.
I'm on it.
So
yeah, I'm on it.
We really appreciate it. It's important to us to have quality people, and sir, you are a quality person. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This is to you.
You guys,
Jimmy.
as well.
Thank you.
You guys,
appreciate
as well. Cheers. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh man. See, this is exactly what I was envisioning when you and I came up with this idea,
right,
that we would bring, all of the cast onto the show, and we talk to them, get to know them a little bit,
and it's such a
share.
spectacular cast to begin with. I mean,
Oh yeah,
these people are, SAG-AFTRA. They're waiving their fees. They're waiving all the stuff that to make this, and it's a passion project for us, but it's a passion project for them as well. And I think it's important to remember that I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some fans out there that can act and everything else, but we really wanted to make sure we did the best that we could on this. So that's why we've reached out to people that are, SAG-AFTRA and those things, so we could get the best quality, the best story, the best video, the best CGI, the best everything that we can possibly put together to make sure that we made you proud, made you happy, inspired you. We really would like to inspire others to make more fan fiction videos, not just CGI stuff. But so, that was important to us, and that's why we reached out to people like Jimmy Shirts and Diana Durango and all of these other people that are just they're SAG-AFTRA, which is the people may not know what SAG-AFTRA is, but it's
Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah,
it's
thank you.
The union. So
I couldn't. It was not connecting. So
let's toast to George Zuvalos for helping make connecting the dots.
Yes.
So he was very instrumental in doing that. So thanks, George.
Thank you, George.
I know you're out there somewhere. Thank you very much. Chris, there's I think it's important to bring up the fact that we are humbled by the fact that our Indiegogo has done so well.
I was really sweating it at first. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be. We told ourselves we're going to make this.
Yes.
We said no matter what we get out of this, we're going to make it. No matter what we get out of this, we're going to make sure that we do our best.
Yep.
And then the fans and the supporters came out of the woodwork, even at the last minute, and created the ability for us to do this even better. I mean, we were going to do it, but you gave us the ability to do it better. So here's to you.
Here's to you guys.
Baz, all the people who have donated money, all those people who have advertised, all those people who mentally and physically support us. This is to you. It's the fans that fuel the fleet.
That's right. All right. So I needed because I happen to have the window and a tab open. And so I was just looking at that. I looked over and it's incredible, guys. So
Mike DeBurn, exactly. There are those who believe.
Yep.
And
so,
Richard Hatch was an amazing individual who totally believed it, to the point he mortgaged his house,
his home.
So it's those who believe. And I mean, if it's something that you enjoy, if it's something that you want to do, if it's something that you believe in, then when I guess you donate money to it, or you become part of it, or which is going to be coming up shortly, if you want to come and be part of the movie, then great. This is what, support us, support the fandom, support the idea behind Battlestar Galactica, support the idea behind Richard Hatch, support, keep the faith, which is what, Richard Hatch would always say. So if we'll be moving that announcement here shortly. We finally found a date that will come out. We'll throw a couple of things in regards to places that are available. I know New York's not cheap, but if you can make it, we will put you in the film. If you
yes, we will.
If you come to New York on the 6th of May, we'll feed you. That's about what we can offer you at this point. We will feed you. We will put you on film. We will make sure that the legacy that originally started with Glenn Larson continues.
Yes,
and the passion that we have as fans will be shown on screen. We promise that part of it.
Yep.
So if you want to come out May 6th, Astoria, New York, we'll throw tomorrow probably we'll throw up a couple of places that are giving us a kind of a deal in regards to hotel fees and things like that. I know it's not cheap.
No, it's not, guys.
So
it's not.
So
it's a weekend shoot. We couldn't do it during the week.
Right.
It was the date.
The other thing is it is a weekend shoot. So if you work like I do,
yep.
So if you work like I do, and you know Pete used to, Pete's retired now. I'm so jealous, by the way. So if you work like I do, I understand that you only have some certain weekends. I understand that you only have a certain amount of money. I understand that you probably have to fight with your significant other to get that money to go do things that are weird for her, in her opinion or his opinion. But we could sure use you as a background extra, even for a couple of seconds on film. We would really appreciate it. And like I said, if you go to the Stranded Warrior and if you go to events, you'll see it listed there. And I'm going to throw it out here probably Monday timeframe. I know I'm going to be busy this weekend. I've got to build some lights still for the Stranded Warrior. So, but Monday, I promise we'll have the event put out for those people who would like to come. I'll try to get. We tried to find as many the closest places we could to the filming spot and the cheapest places we could to the filming spot. And it's not we're not in a bad part of town or anything. So there's a Motel 8. There's a couple other places. I'll put those inside that invite. I guess is what they call it on Facebook. What they call event on Facebook. And we would love to have you out there. We'd love to give you some pizza. And yeah, it's New York pizza. It's New York pizza. It's not just pizza. It's New York pizza. But we would love to have you out there. Pizza,
and a 6-foot hero,
and a 6-foot hero, and the camaraderie of other Battlestar Galactica fans is what we can promise you. So
and some cookies from Fran. Fran is going to send.
Fran's going to bring cookies.
Yes, she's sending us cookies. Thank you, Fran.
Frack, yeah. Cookies are great things.
The other thing that we wanted to make sure, Chris, that for the record, all of our background actors will be featured. So
yes,
it's anybody that comes in as a background.
IMDb, baby.
And you will see yourself in the production. So we make sure that the director of photography and the cinematographers they understand that for the scene that we would use all the background, everybody will be recognizable in the end. So it's everybody gets featured. You're gonna be able to see yourself when we look back on it in that scene. There's at least 2 scenes. Everybody's going to be it's not just the back of your head or below your chin or something. Everybody gets
there's an eyeball there.
No,
my eyeball. I know that's my eyeball.
You will be seen. You will have a head. You will recognize yourself. Your friends will be able to say, "Oh, look who that." Absolutely, that's part of how we work. So we want again, thanks everybody. Lola, no beer. However,
Yeah, we're not allowed to do the beer at the venue that we're at. So
unfortunately, yeah, not at the venue.
Maybe in the parking lot in the back. Maybe. Well, there's not even a parking lot in the back,
no
is
parking
there?
lot.
Well, we're talking New York. That parking is like, oh my gosh. That's a 45-minute discussion right there about parking in New York.
Absolutely. There was, well, look, I'll tell you what. Guys. We're gonna have a premiere, right? It's gonna be a private premiere. When we premiere this, we're gonna put out, for those of you that are interested, and for those of you that have participated all along, there will be a premiere, an exclusive premiere, red carpet, with pictures and all that good stuff, and you'll be invited to that as well.
Yep.
Of course, it has to be in New York because that's where we have all our connections. But there will be a premiere. The rap party, we didn't even talk about that, but we're doing it Saturday, Sunday, and everybody's coming in from different places. We had to drag in people from all over. Yep. Not a lot of our crew is actually from New York City, so logistically it's been challenging, but it's going to be great. It makes it that much better. We got 3 cameras, we got sound, professional sound, we got the green screens, the lighting, all the things that go into a regular film shoot. That's what we're bringing to the table. I do want to remind everyone that Awesome Con, Washington D.C., June 16 and 18, we have a table. Yep. So we're going to be broadcasting from the convention. Fingers crossed, we may end up getting a panel as well. It's not clear yet. And we're also going to be attending the non-sports card show in May.
Shortly after the filming.
Yeah, it'll be the Saturday after. So the 13th, I think it's Saturday the 13th, I believe.
Yeah,
Let me just take a quick look over. I have a calendar here, and it's handy.
And if you get it, he's looking that up. Don't forget, we'll also be trying to get as many people, original BSG, new BSG, whatever else, at Dragon Con. This is our 45th anniversary for the original BSG. So if you can come out to Dragon Con, we would love to have you there. I'm not going to say that we're going to hold something spectacular, but I'm going to look into maybe getting a dinner or something together at one of the restaurants close by, so we can have a get together. It's important to us to gather the fans of the original Battlestar Galactica, even the new Battlestar Galactica. Just gather the fans together as a family. I really do believe we are a family. I really do believe that we all have something in common. We really have a passion in common, and I would love to have some time to spend with you in regards to talking about it, or I'm sure we could sit and talk about alternative universes and things like that for hours on end, which would just please me to no end, to tell you the truth. So what's up, Pete? You good?
Yep, I have I have the magazine. It's here. I was just confirming. So I don't know if you guys remember, we had one of the editors from Non-Sports Update, the magazine for card collecting.
Look at that. On front cover is one of my favorite, Firefly.
Yeah, Firefly, of course. And we had him on our show, and it was Harris Tozer, and he is he's the production manager. Him and his family have been running the show for decades. I think it's like 30 years or more. Right, so the Philly Non-Sports Card Show, May 2021. So the 20th, Saturday the 20th, we will be there. We'll be doing interviews. We'll be covering. We'll be collecting a little bit. So for those of you that are...
We'll be spending what little money I have left.
Correct. Yes, that's right. So
why not,
Yeah, if you're going to be in the neighborhood, look it up. It's the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center at Oaks. And I've not been to this. They moved their location to this new venue. I've been to this a couple of times before. Really enjoyed it. They have a really nice lineup. 4 artists and all the major companies that are involved will be there. Rob Baum, yes, it would be great to meet you in person. So if you're available, please come. And Kim Harms says, so proud of what you're doing and so happy to be able to help with this. We really, really appreciate that. Thank you, Kim, for your support and everybody else.
Yes.
Lola says she's packed. Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, she's packed for Dragon Con. I know she's excited about it. I know Fran's excited about it too. We can't wait to meet back up with Fran.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know, we've been with Fran before, so.
Oh, we're going to have a great time.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very, very much. Dave Francoeur sent some pictures. Chris, were you able to get? I picked one. We've been putting up some of featuring some of his great work.
That's cool. That's a good nice picture, by the way.
I mean, a really nice picture. I think the one with the Viper.
Yeah.
This is what he does in his pastime, and he's really, really good at this. And he does a lot of the shows, all the shows that we're really into. So whether it's Galactica or Space 1999, etc., he does a lot of this montage work, and he's very, very good, super talented, great supporter of ours. He's put videos, he filmed videos to support the Stranded Warriors. So Dave and everybody else, Mediocre Modeler and Battlestar Bulletin Board, and oh my God,
we're soulmates, brother. I mean, you and me, you know. It was just funny because I said, "What do you think about this STL?" And he prints it. So
yeah,
like,
I mean, incredible stuff.
Amazing.
You got to see. You will will see this. It's going to be really cool. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. Thank you for staying and watching with us and supporting us and the Stranded Warrior Project. We look forward to next week. We have more guests. Yep. More cast,
I think,
more
Diana
actors.
will be next week. So Diana,
I
Durango.
believe that she may be coming on. We also have scheduled an author. Don't forget that we have Doug Drexler from Star Trek.
He couldn't make it tonight, so
yeah. So we're going to have a bunch of really, really interesting guests, and we're looking forward to having everyone with us. And to the next show, you know how to get in touch with us, right? Info at interfleetbroadcasting.com. I was going to give out New York Pete ad, but the info works. Info at interfleetbroadcasting.com. It still comes our way either way.
Facebook, Twitter, you name it, we're there.
Yeah, we're there. So please tune in. Everybody that watches this afterwards, thank you very, very much all over the world. We appreciate all of you out there. Thank you, and stay safe, and see you soon.
Yep, and this is to you. Thank you once again, because you, the fans, feel the fleet.
Here's to you guys.